Good evening, everyone, and welcome to round 13 of the Core Premier Series. We are here for an interesting one tonight. Street stocks at Barber Motorsports Park here. A little asphalt road racing action here in these street stock cars. That should present some exciting racing here tonight with a great field ahead of us. And they have just wrapped up qualifying, so let's jump right into the starting order for tonight's 31 lap feature event here this evening. Putting it on pole there is going to be Carl Handwork with a 133.9 blistering lap there. Not far back though is going to be Adam Jones there, who was fastest during practice, just unfortunately got out edged there in qualifying. Adam Jones going to start second. John Nobinger will start third. Patrick Shelton in fourth. Mason Smith starting fifth tonight. Starting sixth, we have Mark Keeteman. In seventh, we have Brandon Metler. Starting eighth, we have Carter Russo. In ninth, we have Dane Simpson. Starting 10th, Kevin Foster. In 11th, we have Paul Butler. And starting 12th will be John Crane. Starting 13th, we have Dave Lohr, and then Wes Fuller and Jeremy Line Watkins there rounding out the rest of the field. And that'll do it for the starting order here tonight. Round 13 of the Core Premier Series for an exciting race here. Let's pull up the schedule here while they wait to do their opening lap here behind the pace car there. Only 2 more rounds after this evening are left before we head into the playoffs. Points are tight here as we head into round 13 this weekend. As you can see, next week we head to a little 410 wing sprint action at Knoxville, a little dirt oval action there, and then finally they're rounding out the regular season. We're going to end with the Gander Mountain Trucks there at Homestead, Miami. And then the top 12 in the points from that point forward will enter round 1 of the playoffs. You can see there's 2 rounds of playoffs there, so they will eliminate a few drivers there after 3 races, wound them on down, and then finally championship round to be determined there at the first of the year. Now let's check out the point standings here as we head into tonight. Carl Handwork currently sitting out front there with a handy lead. Chris Hamilton in second, Kevin Foster there in third, Adam Jones fourth, Mason Smith in fifth, Jimmy Covert in sixth, John Nobinger in seventh, Brandon Metler eighth, Paul Butler ninth. And here's where it gets interesting here. In 10th, we've got Patrick Shelton, Dane Simpson in 11th, and Derek Sherman. You can see the tight points battle there. The cutoff line, only top 12 will make it after 2 more rounds. So Nick Nickerson there right at that cutoff line in 13th, Eric Andrews and Dave Lohr. And just looking at the top 12 there's a few guys that did not make it here this evening, so that will make the point situation very interesting here once we complete this round. All right, the guys are making their way around here for the opening pace lap, and then we'll get this 31 lap feature event started. Should be a long one here tonight. These cars are running about 1 minute 33 second laps. So just doing some math there, you can figure out how long this race will be. It will be a bit of endurance here and a bit of survival tonight. These cars, very difficult to keep underneath you here on a tricky track like Barber with a lot of off-camber turns, elevation changes, and braking points. We saw the guys struggling, especially there through the first set of turns there, turn 1, 2, and 3. So it's going to be interesting to see here tonight who can keep that car underneath them out front and clean and survive here for the 31 laps, and they could take the victory here tonight. We know a few of these guys here are seasoned road racers, especially those top 4 or 5 there. But you know, anything could happen here as the pace car does pull off here, and the field here rounds that final corner. Carl Handwork here is going to lead us down to the start of the race here.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is out, and we are underway. See, clean start here so far. They're going to be too wide as they head down into turn 1. The 18 there, Handwork. He's going to have the outside here as Adam Jones takes the inside through turn 2. Preferred line should be the inside here as they come out of turn 2. You can see Handwork going off the track there as he runs wide. He's going to try to switch him over here as they head down the little short straight here down towards turn 5. Heavy braking here. We can already see we've got a car going around. That's going to be the 44, the 52, and the 21. Nobinger there in the 44. As you can see, these guys try to get it sorted out there. And only local yellows here tonight, I do believe. So that is going to be disastrous there for the 44 car of Nobinger, who was one of the fan favorites here tonight. But out front, Adam Jones has taken the lead away from Carl Handwerk here. You can see these cars sliding through the turns, especially the high-speed corners here tonight. Bit of a different line there between the top two. You could see the difference there. Looked like Adam Jones's line there was a little bit quicker as they head around the final few corners here. And it looks like Adam Jones here is going to complete the first lap here as the race leader. You see Nobinger here, who was involved in that early incident. He is currently in 11th, so he's got quite a bit of work to make up here tonight. It's like John Crane there in the 199, currently running in 7th. He's up 5 spots since the start of the race this evening, so he is having a great run there as he runs wide. He does keep that car underneath him, though. A bit of a battle here. This is for 9th. You can see the 52 there of Keteman Jr. looking to make it around the 77 there of Paul Butler. Oh, we got a car around there. So Keteman has made it around Butler there. Butler makes a mistake, so that's going to allow Nobinger by as well. So Nobinger moves up to 9th. Keteman Jr. there up into 8th. Here we see the battle for 3rd. That is Mason Smith there in the number 6 car, chasing down the 04 of Patrick Shelton for 3rd. Ooh, looks like Mason Smith there is going to run wide out of the final corner. He was able to stay in the throttle, though, so it's not going to hurt him too bad here as he heads down into turn 1. Let's ride on board Mason Smith here for a lap around Barber Motorsports Park. A very long sweeping section of the track there. Very important to get a good exit here over this elevation change, turn 4. A little short straightaway here as they head down to the heavy braking zone here into turn 5. Very important to set yourself up here for a good exit, because there is another wide open section here, a little short straight down towards turn 7 to one of the most trickiest parts of the track right here. As you can see, they're going to brake heavy here, turn right immediately, downhill elevation change there to a left-hander to a right-hander, and then hard on the throttle here. Little left-hander here, wide open there, turn 9, but then you have to let off there for turn 10. Don't let the car rear end get away from you there. Another wide open section here, down towards turn 11, then turn 12 to the right here. See, very easy to run wide there as we're riding on board Mason Smith. It does there through turn 13. And then the trickiest braking section here of the track, turn 14 and 15. You're braking while turning there. And round the final corner here and head down the front straight. And that is a lap around Barber Motorsports Park here, brought to you by Mason Smith. Looks like the battle here for first is starting to heat up. Carl Handwerk looks to be a little bit quicker here. Ran a few tenths faster that lap here than Adam Jones did. Another thing here with these street stock cars is the draft is very helpful here. Well, we've just seen a battle here. This is for 7th. As you can see, Keteman Jr. there makes a little contact there with Nobinger. And let's go back and check the replay on that one here. Looks like Nobinger's going to make it by, as he made the pass there under braking on the outside there and just pinched the 52 car down a little bit there and kept him from being able to get a good corner exit there. So a very good aggressive move there by Nobinger. Oh, and you can see the 46 there of Adam Jones, a race leader there. Just lock it up a little bit there in turn 3. We thought Handwork there was going to make a move, but just could not get underneath him there. Not quite enough room. We see here the 52 of Keteman Jr., who was involved in that incident, along with the 44 of Nobinger on the first lap, trying to make his way back up through the field here as he's looking to make a move on the number 8 car there of Kevin Foster. That is your battle for 7th. And he's going to head down toward the inside here and make a nice clean pass there down through turn 7. You can see the top 3 all within a second of each other here, as the 04 of Patrick Shelton has caught up to the back of Carl Handwork there in 2nd place. So now Handwork's going to be feeling the pressure from behind as he tries to put the pressure on Adam Jones here. Looks like Nobinger there has made it by Brandon Mettler there up into 5th. So Nobinger is slowly but surely here making his way back up through the field. Unfortunately, has a 14.5-second gap back to the race leader there after being involved in that incident on the opening lap. You can just see how much the guys are pushing these cars here on the edge under braking there. Both of these drivers are very close to losing the rear end of the car there under braking. And that's another thing about these cars, especially on road courses. Typical to see the drivers play around with brake bias and different things like that just to help them find the car, get it more comfortable under braking. Especially here in these street stock cars, you do not have that kind of adjustment that you do on some of the road racing cars here. So these guys are just having to change up their driving styles here to find the time here tonight. Not a lot they can adjust in the car. Now you can see Carl Henwick there all up to the back bumper there of Adam Jones as they round the final corner. But Jones is going to lead another lap here as we take 24 to go here this time by. And it looks like Shelton there has fallen back just a bit. He looks to be about 0.6 of a second there off of second place Carl Henwick. Oh, and the 46 there is going to go around, and that is going to allow the 04 of Shelton there into the race lead. Let's go back and take a look there at what happened. Was there a bit of contact here between these two? And yes, there was there just the tiniest bit of contact as they went to get back on the throttle there. Oh, and then Mason Smith there is going to make contact with him. And very unfortunate there for Adam Jones. So with all of those events there, the 04 of Patrick Shelton is our new race leader with Carl Henwick there shortly behind him there, about 0.6 of a second back. Mason Smith currently in third, but you can see the front end damage there that car has and have to wonder, is it going to slow him down here tonight? With Adam Jones here a whopping 14.3 seconds off the race lead here, with John Nobinger there right behind him. And we know Jones is going to be struggling with a little bit of damage there, especially to the left rear of that car where Mason Smith there T-boned him as he was sitting in the middle of the track. See Adam Jones there run wide through turn 5 there. That's going to allow Nobinger here to get a run on the outside here as they head down into turn 7. Going to be very difficult to go too wide through this section of the track. Let's see if they make it through. Oh, and it looks like Nobinger there is going to have to concede. Oh, they make a little contact there. Adam Jones is able to save it there. Great driving there by both drivers. And now the 44 of Nobinger there is going to dive up the inside down through turn 1. And Adam Jones there going to look to the outside, maybe try to cross over here as they head through turn 3 here. And it doesn't look like Jones is going to be able to fight back too hard here. So the 44 of Nobinger moves up into 4th. And we see third place Mason Smith is the next car in his sights just shortly up ahead, but the 44 is going to run wide there through turn 5. That's going to allow Adam Jones here on the outside again as they head down through turn 7. This time they are reversed, but it looks like Jones is going to fall back there through this tricky section of the track here, turn 7. See the 17 there of Dave Lohr going a lap down there, pulling out of the way and keeping out of this battle here. Oh, Mason Smith has went around there into the wall, and that is going to allow Nobinger Jones, even Keeteman Jr. there on by. So Smith sitting here on the track waiting for an opportunity to get it going back again here, and he's going to come out here in 8. Oh, and it looks like he just blew his engine there right in front of us, so his night will be done. That is very unfortunate there for Mason Smith, who is running strong here tonight. Meanwhile, out front here, the 04 Patrick Shelton is a whopping 3 seconds ahead of second place Carl Handwerk here, as it looks like Carl Handwerk's pace has fallen off a little bit here, as he's not able to turn as quick a times there as Shelton. Shelton currently lapping in the low 135s. That last time around, Handwerk there was in the 137s. And it looks like Nobinger here in the 136s along with Adam Jones. So Handwerk looks to be struggling here at this stage in the race. Fortunately for him, though, he's got about a 12 stacking gap here to these guys right here. So he has a bit of breathing room. But as the laps wind down, that will surely disappear. Oh, and the 44 there is going to make a mistake and run wide, and that's going to allow Adam Jones here on back by and back up into third. So the 44 there of Nobinger looks to be struggling as well at this stage of the race, along with Carl Handwerk there. And Adam Jones is going to move up a spot, and now the 44 has even more work to do to get back up there through the field after being involved in that first lap incident. Ooh, and looks like Dane Simpson here has been involved in an accident. Let's go back to the replay here and check out what happened to that number 96 car here. Looks to be by himself as he was running there in 8th and just missed the braking point there. Ran wide. He did not hit anything though and was able to keep it going. We continue to see these two here battle it out for that third and final podium spot here tonight. John Nobinger there in the 44 has caught back up to the back bumper of Adam Jones there in the number 46. And these guys just look to be trading laps here. One lap, Jones will be quicker, Nobinger will be quicker the next. And now Nobinger here is well within striking distance here as they head down into turn 5. They're going to make contact again. And it looks like Jones is going to get away there with keeping the position here as they head down toward turn 7. Oh, and it looks like second place car there, Carl Handwork, is going to head down pit road, but unfortunately looks like he's made contact there with the pit entrance wall and has heavy damage. Go back and see if we can get that on replay here. Looks like he just came way too hot into the pit entrance there. It's very deceiving. And you can see just how tight it is, and unfortunately made contact there with the wall. And now he's going to have quite a bit of damage there to get repaired. Meanwhile, Keeterman Jr. here is going to move up to 3rd as Adam Jones also heads down pit road. John Nobinger there moves up into 2nd. Meanwhile, race leader Patrick Shelton there in the 04, he's going to stay out another lap at least here, as Brandon Metler there moves up to 4th as he stayed out. Kevin Foster stays out as well, moves up into 5th. And we can still see these guys down on pit road here. Looks like Handwork is going to be the first one off there. Looks like he was able to get that damage repaired. He's going to rejoin the track here in 6th place. See Adam Jones there still on pit road. Looks like these drivers are taking tires here, which is something I did not think they would do. And here we see the 04 of Shelton as he is coming around here as Adam Jones just re-enters the track. Our race leader here heads down into turn 1, takes 16 to go, and is going to stay out another lap here. Nobinger here in 2nd currently in that number 44 car. He's going to come around the final corner. He's going to stay out another lap as well. Keeterman Jr. there currently running 3rd in the number 52. He is going to stay out as well there, so not coming down pit road. So we saw 2 guys running up front here pull the trigger early. Maybe trying an undercut here as we are just now at the halfway point of the race this evening. See Kevin Foster there in that number 8 car. He's going to cross the line here in 5th, yet to head down pit road. And then the next car is going to be Carl Handwork here as he rounds the final corner. He is the first car there that has come down pit road. And we've got a great battle here. This is the battle for 9th. As you can see, the 199 there of John Crane currently battling it with Paul Butler just ahead of him as our race leader goes on by. And it looks like Crane here is going to get a great run down towards turn 5 here as he looks up the inside. Under braking here. Looks like he's going to have the preferred line here as he comes out of turn 5. And he is going to take away that position there from Paul Butler and move up into 9th. Oh, and our 5th place driver here, the number 8 there of Kevin Foster, is going to head down pit road this time with 15 laps remaining. All 4 drivers ahead of him there, Shelton, Nobinger, Keeteman Jr., and Mettler, have yet to come down pit road. Oh, and we've got heavy damage there to Paul Butler. We just caught him mid-flip there. And let's go back and see if we can see what happened there, because we saw him and John Crane battling it out there earlier. So we see Paul Butler here looks to be by himself. He's going to run wide there and make heavy contact there with the tire barrier. And that just sent that car up into the air. He did land on all 4s there and was able to keep going. All right, our 2nd place driver there, Nobinger, is going to head down pit road this time. So that allows Keeteman Jr. here up into 2nd. Meanwhile, him and race leader Patrick Shelton have yet to come down pit road. And we see Carl Handwerk here in that number 18 car just now heading down the front straight. Let's see if he's going to make it by Nobinger here, who is just now exiting pit road. And Handwerk is going to make it by there and move up into 4th. But Nobinger here is right on his tail here as they come through the first couple of turns here. Oh, and looks like John Crane may have been involved in an incident here. Yes, he was. A little self-spin there, and that is what allowed the 8 of Kevin Foster there by. And we can start to see the 44 there of Nobinger start to creep up here on the 18 of Handwerk. That time by, he was a few tenths quicker, as that gap is now down to half a second here as they head down toward turn 5 with 13 laps remaining. And our race leader has came down pit road here. Patrick Shelton is finally going to come down pit road. The 52 of Keeteman Jr. We'll see what he does this lap. And looks like Keeteman Jr. there is going to head down pit road as well. Brandon Mettler is going to stay out here another lap. That moves him up into the race lead here. So great run here by the 15 car of Brandon Mettler. Meanwhile, these two head around here. The 44 of Nobinger are going to take a dive down the inside down into turn one. We saw him do that earlier in the race here. And handwork is all over the back of him there, but Nobinger is going to move up there into second with a great pass there. As we see, Shelton is just a few seconds behind here, so it looks like that undercut has worked here tonight by a few seconds. Now we continue to see these two battle it out for the race, what will be the race lead, assuming Mettler does come down pit road. Oh, handwork going to run wide there. He's going to lose the car and make contact with the wall. And that is unfortunate there for the 18 car. It looks like he just ran wide on the corner exit, decided to stay in the throttle, hoping he could save it without losing time. And the rear end just went around on him there, makes heavy contact into the wall, and that car is going to be majorly damaged. You may have engine damage from that as well. So very unfortunate there for the 18 car. Meanwhile, Nobinger here has about a 3.5 second gap back to Patrick Shelton here in second. And just reviewing the pit times here to see just how Nobinger made up so much time. He made up his time here on pit road. His pit time was about 28 seconds. The rest of the drivers are in the 46-second range, which means Nobinger did not take tires. These other guys did take tires. So we'll see how that plays out here in the long run, as we only have 11 laps remaining here, and Patrick Shelton is gaining there on Nobinger. And we see a battle here for 10th. Or sorry, 9th. That is going to be John Crane here still battling it out there with Paul Butler, who we saw flipping a few laps ago as he made contact with the tire barrier. Is now under pressure here from the 199. And it looks like the 199 there of John Crane is going to move up into 9th and take the position away. Meanwhile, race leader there, Brandon Mettler, finally comes down pit road here with 10 laps remaining. So that is going to allow Nobinger here into the race lead with Patrick Shelton shortly in tow here, currently running second. Looks like Shelton took away about 0.3 of a second out of the gap there to the race lead that time by Carl Handwork back here with heavy damage, currently running in third. And you can see Adam Jones there approaching him very quickly here. And it does look like Handwork there has some major engine damage there, as he's going to let the 46 of Jones by there and up into that final podium position, third. And just looking at the timing board here, Shelton has that gap now down to under 2 seconds as he continues to chip away at the gap to the race leader here. A lot of racing still left with 10 laps here tonight. And it looks like Paul Butler there has made it back by John Crane, because John Crane had an issue there, went off the track. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened. And oh, he's just going to lose the rear end of the car there through turns 2 and 3. And I'm honestly surprised we haven't seen more drivers do that here tonight. Very tricky section of the track. Most of these guys are sliding through there. And you can see the 199 of John Crane there just took it a little bit too hard. Carl Handwerk here in the 18. He's going to head down pit road here to get some of that damage repaired, as he is way off pace. Currently some 4.5 seconds off the pace here with that damage. And just looking at the lap time history here, the last 3 laps there, Shelton has been quicker. Oh, you can see the 44 there of Nobinger, as he was trying to get around the lap car there of Simpson, made contact with him. And that's going to cost him a bit of time here, but you can see over the last 3 laps, Shelton has been quicker there, with up to half a second quicker. Not as much that last time around, but he now has that gap down to 1 second here. And just looking at the timing board here, it looks like Shelton is quicker through the final portion of the track there, all the way turn 11 through turn 15. He's making up a ton of time, but here through this first section of the track, through turns 1, 2, and 3 here, all the way down into turn 5, it looks like Nobinger is actually quicker here. And we'll just pay attention here. As you can see, he is getting a better run there through turn 4, as he does pull away slightly down into turn 5. And now we can see Shelton there through his better section of the track here. Now has got that gap down to a little bit over 0.3 of a second here, as they head through the final sector here at Barber Motorsports Park. And you can see, oh, the 44 there, Nobinger, is actually going to head down pit road. And I wonder if he is just not going to make it on fuel, as he pitted just before the halfway point here tonight. And what I assume is an off strategy call here, as Patrick Shelton here is going to make it back into the race lead here with 6 laps remaining. Adam Jones heading down the front straight here. He's going to move up into second. We'll see here if Keteman Jr. is going to be able to make it out. No, Nobinger just came in for a splash of fuel there. So it looks like he might have not taken enough fuel to make it to the end there. And that could explain his very quick pit stop here this evening and what allowed him to make up so much time. So it looks like second place driver Adam Jones is just about 1.5 seconds up the track there from John Nobinger. Very interesting there as we were riding on board the 44 of Nobinger, as he makes up a ton of time there under braking down into turn 5, but heading out of turn 3 there and up the hill and around turn 4, we just heard from Nobinger's onboard here. He is actually short shifting, which we haven't seen any other driver do here tonight, and that could explain just a lot of the time he's making up here on these guys here tonight. As you can see, he's now got the gap down to 0.6 of a second here between him and second place Adam Jones as we ride on board with 5 laps remaining here in round 13 of the Core Premier Series at Barber Motorsports Park. And you can see the 44 here is going to probably try his textbook move up the inside down through turn 1, but Adam Jones going to be defensive there. And it looks like he's going to be able to hold on to this position just a little bit longer here, but that 44 is definitely putting the pressure on here with 4 laps remaining. Jones is going to move to the inside here and block down into turn 5. It's a great exit there. Looks like Nobinger struggled to get off the corner there. He's going to lose a ton of time. You see Adam Jones here starting to pull away slightly as it looks like Nobinger there really struggling to keep that car underneath him here tonight in this final part of the race here with 3 laps remaining. Nobinger currently running third. Adam Jones in second with our race leader, the 04 of Patrick Shelton here. A whopping 12.5 seconds up the road here. Currently no one within sight. And it looks like it may be his race to win here tonight if he doesn't make a mistake here in these final 3 laps. See a little bit of lap traffic there up ahead of Adam Jones. May play a role here in this battle for second. As you can see, the 44 there of Nobinger has now caught up back to the back bumper there of the 46. And wow, you can see the 44 just slide it through that corner. And it looks like it's going to compromise his exit here. So not a lot of time made up there. Jones here going to cross the line and take 2 to go this time by. Oh, Shelton there under braking down into turn 1. Just had his right rear tire in the grass, and you could see just how bad that upset the car as soon as he got on the brakes. And Nobinger here sort of looks like he's throwing in a little drift practice here as he continues to work that car here tonight. Under braking there, heavy under braking. He's going to lock it up, 4-wheel slide there through turn 5 as he really pushes his car to the limit, trying everything he can there to get up to Adam Jones and take second place away. See a little puff of smoke there from the 46 of Jones as he just locks up the right front there. Meanwhile, race leader here, the 04 of Shelton, coming out of the final corner here. He's going to cross the line, take the 1 to go symbol this time. White flag here tonight, round 13 of the Core Premier Series. Still 12.2 seconds up the road here on second place. Adam Jones as he continues to hold off the 44 of John Nobinger there, currently running third. And you can see another slide there. Down in the grass here is Nobinger really trying to drive this car to second place tonight, giving it all he has here, hanging the rear end out here on corner exit. And wow, some great driving here tonight out of that 44 car. Unfortunately, it looks like it may not be enough here unless he can put the pressure on Jones here and force him into a mistake. And we can see another lap car there up ahead. Could play a role here in this battle for a second. Meanwhile, race leader here, the 04 of Shelton, he's going to round the final corner, and he is going to come across the line here, taking the race win here. Round 13 of the Core Premier Series. Adam Jones looks like he's going to hold off Nobinger here as he rounds the final corner. He is going to do it, and he is going to take home second place here this evening. John Nobinger there is going to cross the line in third, with Keateman Jr. here currently rounding the final few corners here. It looks like he's going to take fourth tonight. Next across the line here is going to be the number 15 of Brandon Metler, who will cross the line here in 5th. Next car to cross the line here is going to be the number 8 of Kevin Foster, who's going to bring it home in 6th, with Dane Simpson just ahead of him there, but another lap down. Simpson will be scored in 7th here behind Kevin Foster. All right, while we let the guys celebrate here, let's give it a moment and we'll try to get a word with the top 3 drivers here tonight. And we're just going to give them a moment here to make it into the booth, and then we'll be right back for some driver interviews. All right, looks like we've got our 3rd place driver. We've got John Nobinger up here in the booth with us. Hey, John, it's Kevin. You got a copy?
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, first of all, thank you for picking this car track combination. I believe it was you. It produced,
it was mine.
It would produce some great racing here tonight. These cars look like a blast to drive around this course here this evening. So, got to ask, first of all, what made you pick this car track combination here tonight?
Well, I live about 10, 15 miles from Barber's, so kind of my home track. And one of the tube frame twister week 13 things had the street stock somewhere, and they're a lot of fun. If the temperatures aren't bad, you can just dirt track the hell out of them, and they're okay for a little while. And they're controllable at the limit, so you can. It's one of the few cars that still has an H pattern and a clutch, and you can just grab by the scruff of its neck and go with it.
Absolutely, and you went with it here tonight. Had to overcome a little bit of adversity there, I believe, on the opening lap. Had a bit of a setback as you were tagged, and that put you further back in the field there, and you had to work your way back up through the field. And it looked like you won the battle there off of the first round of pit stops, but unfortunately you had to come back down pit road for a second time. Just did you not take enough fuel there that first stop?
No, I got into the back of Dane Simpson. He was trying to give me room to go around the outside. I just misread it and wound up spinning him. So got a drive-through penalty for that, which I'm sorry for Dane. I should have done better, but hard to lose a win like that. Oh, man.
Okay,
it would have been interesting between me and Shelton, I think, towards the end.
Absolutely. Well, that is unfortunate, but you did still bring it home here in 3rd tonight. Great podium finish for you here. While you're here, is there anyone you need to give a shout out to, or any sponsors you need to thank?
Had Billiter do my paint for tonight at Joker Graphics. Looks pretty good. And just thanks for Carl and everybody that puts this, and you, Kevin, for broadcasting for us. It's a lot of fun. You do a great job.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for those kind words there. And again, congratulations on that 3rd place finish here this evening. Going to be exciting next week when we head to, I believe it's the 410 Wing Sprints at Knoxville for a little dirt track racing. So best of luck here to you next week, and hopefully we'll be talking to you again.
I hope so. We'll see.
All right, take care there. That'll do it for our 3rd place driver there, John Nobinger. Now let's get a word with our 2nd place driver here. We've got Adam Jones up in the booth with us here. Hey, Adam, it's Kevin. You got a copy?
Hey, Kevin, I got you.
Hey man, so first off, congratulations on the second place finish here tonight. You were one of the cars to beat out here. Just watching you in practice and qualifying, I'll say you were one of the most consistent drivers out here tonight, and it showed as you brought it home in second. But that wasn't without a little adversity to overcome. We saw you get some damage early on in the race there, struggle with that, and eventually was able to come down pit road, get that repaired here. But just walk us through your race here tonight. How do you feel about these cars on the road course? We just spoke to John, and he loved them. That's why he picked it, of course. He said you can drive it like a dirt car here, and it doesn't penalize you too much.
Oh, it definitely penalizes you. If you get those tires hot, this thing's garbage. So, uh, when I was up front, I just wanted to kind of ride and, log laps. I wasn't really expecting all that to happen when it happened, but it turned out all right.
Absolutely, it did there. Bringing it home second here. We thought we were going to have a good little tight battle there between the top three, but unfortunately, the 44 there got a drive-through penalty later in the race there. I believe he got into it with a lapped car, a car going a lap down there. So just unfortunate, but for the most part here, you kept it clean tonight, bringing it home in second. Just got to ask you here, looking at the schedule next week, little dirt track action, 410 wing sprints at Knoxville. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I may just skip that.
I don't blame you there. Those cars are a handful. Knoxville is just one of those tracks. No room for mistakes, especially when that top line is the preferred and you're running all the way up against the wall there. So it's definitely going to be an interesting one. I'll say that. But hey, while you're here, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Patrick Shelton, Jeremy Watkins, good teammates, and help you do some practice and everything. So, yeah, thanks to those guys, and thank you for doing the broadcast, man. You do a great job.
Absolutely. Well, again, congratulations on the second place finish, and hopefully if you do make it out next week, hopefully we'll be talking to you then.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
All right, that's going to do it there for our second place driver tonight, Adam Jones. Now let's get a word with the man of the hour here. We've got Patrick Shelton up in the booth with us. Hey, Patrick, it's Kevin. You got a copy?
I got you. How's it going?
Hey, doing well, but I think it's going even better for you here tonight, bringing home the race win here in what was ultimately a pretty big margin there, 12 and a half seconds, I believe, when you crossed the line. And I can tell you, 31 laps here at Barber. We knew it was going to be a long race. We were calling it before it started here that you had to keep the car clean, especially in the first few opening laps there. And we saw a few of the top guys not be able to do that. And you made up a ton of positions there, got off to a great early lead there. But you had some great battles here tonight. Just walk us through your race here. What was your strategy?
Well, my strategy was really just to keep the car clean, stay on the racetrack, and not get hit. And they had that big incident. I believe it was lap one in that hairpin, and was able to stay out of that, thankfully. And then Carl and Adam got together, and I was able to drive around that, and then just kind of tried to settle in and not push too hard and keep it on the road.
And that strategy worked out for you here tonight. You had a great, clean race, I believe. We saw a lot of mistakes out of a lot of people here tonight, but I can't recall one here out of you tonight.
Yeah, I blew a couple corners wide, and that was about it. So, like I said, just keep it on the track. That was the big thing.
Absolutely. Well, you made it work here tonight, taking home the race victory. While you're here, anybody you want to give a shout out to or any sponsors you need to thank?
Just the guys at Core, and I practice a lot with Adam and Jeremy Watkins, and just those guys. They help keep me going.
Absolutely. Well, we've talked with the other two here tonight, so you're the last one. So far, it doesn't look like anybody's too excited about next week there. 410 wing sprints at Knoxville for round 14. So how do you feel about heading into next week?
I'm not a big dirt guy, but I do enjoy running them. So I think I'll enjoy racing them. Hopefully I can get through that one clean and just be somewhere near the front or in the front, somewhere in there. As long as we're not in the back on our lid.
And yeah, that's I believe next week's going to be another race of survival. If I know anything about the the 410 wing sprints at Knoxville, those things are quite a handful. But hey, congratulations again on the victory here tonight. Well deserved, and hopefully we'll be talking to you again next week.
All right, yep, we'll see you next week. Happy Halloween, everybody.
All right, that's going to do it there for our race winner here tonight. Patrick Shelton here, round 13 of the Core Premier Series is officially done here as we head to round 14 next week there. You can see the 410 wing sprints at Knoxville, and then we'll end the regular season there the following week at Homestead in the trucks. It was an exciting race here tonight, and thank you for everybody for tuning in here on Soak Tires Broadcasting. As always, we hope to catch you again next week.